When you're ready to make your timeline, the first thing you need to do is go to New in your Google Drive and open up Google Slides. Once you've opened up a new Google slide, you don't need to do a theme yet. You can get rid of these titles. You're not going to need them right now. You just want a blank page. You should be titling your presentation. Title it with your name, school, timeline, and then remember to share it. Click the share button to share it with me. Click share, type in my name, and then click send. Now, to make your actual timeline, you come up to Insert and go down to Diagram. Once you've chosen Diagram, you should scroll down until you see Timeline. Here it is. Click Timeline. Then you need to know your number of dates. So you can choose between 4 and 6, 4, 5, or 6. So choose how many dates you have on yours, and then you can also choose a color scheme. So I'm going to choose purple. Then you can choose which style of timeline you like. I like this one. And it's going to automatically go onto my slides. Now, it's down at the bottom, which is good, so I can put a title at the top, but you're going to notice that the words in here aren't real words. So you're going to be able to change all of those. You can X out of this if you don't need it anymore. And then, on your dates, remember that you had to have a beginning date. That was the year that your product was invented. So you can delete this and type in the date that your product was invented. If you know the exact date that it was invented, you can type that in. Otherwise, you can just put the year. So if I was doing, for example, the iPhone, I could say I know that it was released on January 7th, January 9th. Oops. If you ever accidentally delete something, just press your undo button. January 9th, 2007. Now, that looks a little bit strange because the January got cut off, so you can always change the size of your text box. That goes with this right here, these words. So I can change these words, and I could say, first iPhone released, invented, and released by Steve Jobs. Now that's pretty far away because my information didn't have quite as much. So I can make my text box smaller, I can bring it closer, I can scoot it over to go exactly with that one. Now I didn't want to change that. Now they're all together. You can also add photos. So I could go to Insert, Image. I can search the web for the first iPhone and see if I can find a picture of the very first iPhone. And I can insert that image to go right along with my first picture. And I could put it above or below. I have a choice there. Okay? Then you do your next events until you get to your most recent event. You also have an option if you do not want to do your timeline like this. You also have an option of doing a timeline where you just do one event on each slide and do new slides. So you can always add and just do one event per slide. So if I wanted to just take this first event and then have mine go in order, I can do that too. That is an option as well. But if you want to have it all on a timeline like this, you can do it like this. Remember, you need between 4 and 6 events on your timeline, starting with the invention of your product and then the most recent innovation that you could find.